Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. Wont. Terence Bud Crawford runs into Keith one-time Thurman at a Jordan party, and you won't believe how they match up. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Now I'm back with my original segment, special edition Ego Weight Watchers, aka ILL, where I give you guys a look into a fight, the fighter's lifestyle before after pictures, especially if they have a fight coming up. Now Keith Thurman has a fight coming up. We don't know who he's going to fight. I believe he's fighting in May. And then in April 14th, I believe, Terence Crawford and Jeff Horn on the West Coast in Las Vegas. Now, Ego Weight Watcher style. Michael Jordan's birthday is today. Shout out to Michael Jordan. Definitely an iconic basketball legend. Guy who transcended more than just basketball. It's All-Star Weekend. He's having a birthday. I guess he had some kind of Jordan birthday bash in LA. Terence Crawford was, I believe, one of the celebrities who played on the celebrity basketball game. And they had a Jordan party. And I guess just different athletes and different celebrities were invited. Two of those would be Terence Crawford and Keith Thurman. And Terence Crawford took a picture with Keith Thurman, or somebody took a picture of the two. And they're standing next to each other. Keith Thurman is throwing up the deuces. And Crawford says, chilling at the Jordan party, and ran into Keith Thurman, and he tagged him. That was it. Very simple. It looks like they both have similar colors on, like some navy blue. They're both fitted, you know me, real GQ. But this is what I like to call on my channel, the size up. And the great thing about YouTube as a platform is it serves almost as a diary, at least if you're doing this as consistently and regularly as me. And something that I've told you guys on my channel, and some people, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, Ego. There's a lot of people who've questioned Terence Crawford's ability to move up to welterweight, and will he be the same fighter? Will he have success at welterweight? And I'm like, obviously it's boxing, anything can happen, so we truly never know, but I don't see what the big deal is. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when guys like Danny Garcia moved out of 140, or Amir Khan, I don't really remember people at the times saying like, oh, what kind of success is Amir Khan gonna have at 47? What kind of success is Danny Garcia gonna have? It was just assumed that they'd fit right in at welterweight. But when it comes to Terence Crawford, people are acting like he's been put to sleep and like he's getting knocked down in all of his fights, and will his punching power carry up? Will his speed? And I told you guys on my channel, you guys could check those old videos. That's the great thing, again, about YouTube. I'm not ducking or dodging. I don't delete videos, things of that sort. So you could check those old videos. And I told you, from a skill perspective only, I don't see Terence Crawford having a problem at welterweight. Not saying there's not tough fights for him, because of course there's tough fights, because it's a stacked division. But I think he could do well up there. And I think this picture serves as proof that he's not this, what people think. People are acting like, oh, he's so skinny and wiry. He's next to Keith Thurman, who's a good sized welterweight. Like, you've seen Keith Thurman next to Shawn Porter when they were about to fight. And Keith Thurman was significantly bigger than Shawn Porter, visibly. And then you look at him next to Terence Crawford. They both kind of have church shoes on, dress shoes. And they look about the same build. Like, I don't really see much difference. You know what I mean? And I told you, from a skill perspective only, I think Terence Crawford definitely has a shot up there. Just because he's blessed with skill, speed, ring IQ, fights different ways, can adapt. You know what I mean? Has heart, and it showed that dog in him. But aside from that, from a physicality point of view, I mean, look how he matches up with Keith Thurman, who, again, is not a tiny welterweight. It's not like he's like Pacquiao or something where you would expect Crawford to be way bigger than, you know what I'm saying? So I never understood when it came to Crawford why some people have so many reservations about what it's going to be like when he moves up. I think he could do well. He's already called out Keith Thurman. It's cool to see them take this picture, and I'm assuming be cordial, maybe talk or something. But business is business. That's a fight I would like to see. So if Crawford gets past Jeff Horn, then he'll have one of the belts, WBO belt, and it'll be one of the links that Keith Thurman will need to go through. If Crawford beats Horn, he'll have to go through, to become undisputed, he'll have to go through Crawford, and at the moment he'll have to go through Errol Spence Jr. So great fights, man. Great fights that could be made at welterweight. But yeah, I really don't see why people were stressing Crawford's chances of success at welterweight. And see, I don't just get on here and bump in my gums. I know a lot of stuff like behind the scenes that I don't really always put into video form. So my opinion is my opinion, and it's based on my own personal observations, what I see, patterns, stuff like that. But it's also insight that I've been given by trainers and fighters and stuff. And my dude Steve Nelson, shout out to him, he told me he sparred with Terence Crawford, and he's at light heavyweight. You know what I mean? When he's not fighting, who knows if he's weighing more than 175. And he told me that Crawford was strong. And Crawford holds his own. He's not getting ragdolled and pushed around the ring and stuff like that. So I think Crawford is going to impress people, and he's going to be right at home. Like even a rugged fighter like Jeff Horn, I don't see Jeff Horn just going in there and bullying him. I think Crawford has more dynamics than Pacquiao. Pacquiao is not a smart fighter to me. He's a good fighter. He's a legend, but he's not a smart fighter. He doesn't always do what's smart at the time, like fighting off the ropes, when that's more Jeff Horn's game than yours. When have you ever fought off the ropes and been successful? You're not Floyd Mayweather, but that's kind of what Pacquiao did in some of those early rounds, and he was kind of getting bullied. You know what I mean? So great future fight if Terence Crawford and Keith Thurman both are champions at the same time, and they want to make a unification. Good thing is, I mean, at least right now, Bob Arum has expressed an interest in putting Crawford in there with some of the Heyman top guys like Errol Spence and Keith Thurman. So we'll see what happens. But obviously, there's a couple. I don't think Top Rank would immediately make those fights, even if Crawford gets past Jeff Horn. I think they might make like a Jose Benavidez or that Mean Machine. He just called out Crawford, Jeff Horn winner or something like that. So they might try to make a couple in-house fights like Top Rank oftentimes does, and then maybe it'll get to a point, so maybe 2019, where we could see something like Keith Thurman and Terence Crawford. But it's all eyes on Keith Thurman. He has the most belts, so you automatically have a bullseye on your back, because guys like Crawford, it's all fun and games, you know what I mean, at the Jordan party when you see him and smiling for a picture. But I think he's coming into this division hungry, and we know Errol Spence Jr. is already at the division hungry, and he's making statements in his step-up fights, stuff like that. So welterweight's going to get real exciting. Make sure you guys subscribe. Ego Weight Watchers, let me know your input. Who would win, Terence Crawford versus Keith Thurman? And you guys size them up. How do you think they match up? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.
Right here.
This one's for Crawford. In your last outing, you called out Keith Thurman, and Keith Thurman is one of the bigger welterweights in the division. So what do you see? Is there anything beside the two belts that you see in Thurman that interests you?
He's the #1 guy in the welterweight division. So why take 1, 2, or 3, or 4 when I go to welterweight? I want the #1 guy at welterweight.
So you want to go for a title shot if you move up right away?
Right away.
Okay. What's your question?
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.